In this case here, this is a brand new knife by WEKNIVES, released June 26th. And we're going to take a look at this one right now. This knife is the WEKNIVES Coral. And this is a real beaut. So like I said, WEKNIVES released this on June 26th. It's practically brand new release from WEKNIVES. Let's go ahead and open it up. Here's the case. I forgot to show the case. You always want to see that. WEKNIVES does fantastic with their packaging. You've seen it before. I basically always pre-open the knife before the video because I don't want to fumble around trying to get to the knife while I'm on camera. That just seems kind of stupid. But yeah. So again, most of my videos will be vertical. It's just a lot easier. So this is the knife. I got the black stonewashed with aluminum foil inlays on both sides of the knife. That's something that's new with most knife companies when they do inlays. I haven't seen a lot of it on a lot of the production knives where they put the inlays on both sides of the knife. But WEKNIVES, I think, is like the only company that's doing that right now. I haven't seen too many. You don't see ZT doing it, Spyderco doing it. So it's kind of interesting. Anyway, just give you guys a quick overall look of this piece before I get into it. It's a small knife, as you can see. I'm going to do the specs here in a second, and then some size comparisons, and we'll talk about the knife. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the specs for this knife. Taking it straight from the WEKNIVES website. So the overall length of this knife is 7.3 inches. The overall width is 1.39. The height is, including the clip, is 17.7 millimeters. Blade length is 2.95, so it's under 3 inches. The closed length of this knife is 4.8 inches. We've got CPM 20 CV steel with a blade hardness of 58 to 60. You got a flat grind. It's a black stonewash knife, and the blade type is a compound grind spear. So this knife has aluminum carbon fiber inlays, as you can see. All black stonewash. I like the all blacked out look, always have. There's some nice looking milling on it. I don't know if you can see in this light because it's early morning. But yeah, there's some like milling on the front, on the back spacer there. So it's not an integral like the WEKNIVES Solid, which you had seen me bring out before. This is the smaller version of the knife. I'm actually surprised they didn't do it as an integral, because that would have been really cool. There's no small knives that are all just one piece, and I think that would have been a better choice, but it's fine. It's fine. So let's go ahead and get into some size comparisons. First of all, the knife is actually a lot larger than most of the small knives that you know. Like, for example, the ZT 0900. See how they look like they're the same size, right? But if I were to hold up the knife, height-wise, that's a better idea, isn't it? Now you can see that the knife is actually a little bit bigger than the ZT. It is also a little bit much larger than the Benchmade Mini Bug Out, which is another small knife. And then if we put it up against the, let me get that out of the way. Put it up against the Spyderco Techno This is the one with the green barrel spacers on it. So the knife is small, but you know it's kind of ironic because WEKNIVES puts out these big, gigantic knives. So even their like small knives are huge compared to like what Spyderco Benchmade and ZT puts out. I mean, it's just big. But in any case, to give you a more realistic view, let's do some regular size comparisons. Here we go up against the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So you can see that it's definitely smaller than the Paramilitary 2. And it's also... Why did I do that? That was dumb. And it's also smaller than the Benchmade Anthem. Move that over, man. There you go. Right, smaller than the Benchmade Anthem. And also, believe it or not, I think it's smaller than the Spyderco Sage. It might be smaller than Spyderco Sage. I don't know. Let me take a look. Oh my God, look at that. It's actually close to the same size. How about that as the Spyderco Sage? So by like a few millimeters, the Spyderco Sage beats it in height. I mean, that's insane. So this is what they consider a small knife. Something that's really a medium-sized knife is what they consider a small knife. Man, WEKNIVES just cracks me up with that. So... yeah, so I mean, I got the all black stonewashed look. I really, really like that. The aluminum foil. This is made with the spring-loaded tab. That's why a lot of people want the knife. You have this spring-loaded tab here. Basically, it's made as sort of like a hidden flipper. That's the concept behind the spring-loaded tabs, to make it hidden. But it is a lot of fun flipping it. So basically, what it is there's a spring inserted into the top pivot of the blade, which makes it do that, sort of kick back. And what's happening is, as you pull this, the bottom part of this tab is pushing on this blade here. So when you push it, the bottom half is pushing, creating the leverage to bring the blade and pop out. So you get, great, I did it on camera, screwed up. So you get that, and it's kind of cool. I like that because, you know, a lot of us don't want to have that pecking on the inside of your pants. So with the spring-loaded tab, that pretty much takes care of it. It's a joy to flip. The knife is incredibly smooth, really nice. The thing I'm most curious about is the inlays on the knife. They call it aluminum foil carbon fiber. So I'm not sure if it's actually not carbon fiber. I'm not sure if it's actually aluminum foil that they put in there. This is an inlay material that's been put on quite a few knives, not just with WEKNIVES, but with even custom knife makers. Not really well known. And that's kind of like the nice contrast between custom knives and, you know, kind of a nice contrast between custom knives and production knives is that custom knives will try something new. And if it catches on, production knife company may just pick it up. And vice versa. Sometimes production knife company might do something on the inlay portion of the knife, and then a custom knife maker may pick it up. So it's, you know, they're both influenced by both. The ergonomics on this knife is fantastic. There's a couple of ways you can hold this. As you can see, there's finger grooves there to tell you where your fingers go. You can have your index finger here, your middle finger there, and then your ringer finger here. Now, knowing that your pinky doesn't have room to fit on there, you would think that it's uncomfortable, but actually it's not. It's quite comfortable because this portion of your hand is grabbing at least 85% of the knife. And then, you know, you can also even choke up a little bit on it, and your pinky will rest just on the end of the knife. So the ergos are very good, and your thumb gets to rest right there. Just like on the Yojimbo 2, they've created this sort of like dip in the on top of the blade for your thumb to rest if you wanted to do some sort of cuts in that fashion. If this is a little uncomfortable for you, guess what? You can move your fingers up a little bit, and now your whole hand fits. So your index finger would be able to choke up right on the top of the right where the spring-loaded tab is, just before the choil. And it's very, very comfortable to grip it that way too, in a regular fashion if you wanted to. Overall, it's a nice titanium pocket clip, not deep pocket clip, but it is a but you are getting a pocket clip where it's not deep carry. I mean, at least this much of the knife, where the two screws are, that's what's going to be sticking out of your pants pocket. Is that right there, right where the two screws begin, because that's where the knife pocket clip would stop. Is right there. I think you can get a better look at the milling now on the knife, now that the sun's coming up. It's got some really nice milling there. There you go. Some nice milling on the back of it. So overall, I mean, it's a pretty detailed knife for what you're getting. If you're into the art of the knife, because don't forget, what a production knife company does is they're trying to replicate individuality through mass production, so that makes it a little bit more difficult and pretty expensive, because you have to think there's a ton of machines that they're going to use to create this knife, and give it the ergonomics that you're looking at right now. And they have to kind of figure everything out on a particular budget and how to give you the most bang for your buck when they're producing a piece. The knife runs on ceramic ball bearings. Very, very smooth. It's not drop shut, but definitely satisfying. Not all knives have to be drop shut action, because if it were, then how would you even be able to appreciate a drop shut knife? So it's kind of nice that this knife is a little bit sort of like shake a little bit, but yeah, it'll pretty much drop with gravity if you give it a chance. Really nice overall. Love that compound grind. And I mean, I like little, small, fat knives like this. I think they're kind of fun. There's something to be said about knives like this for everyday carry. They're non-threatening, I mean, I've got like a bunch of knives that are really gigantic in size, and I actually carry them in my pocket because I love it. But I mean, if I were to whip that thing out, it would probably scare a lot of people. But this, small, medium sized, as you would call it, it does work. It works. So the blade is 20 CV steel. We've got a black stonewash blade on there. There's a GTC logo for Gus Caccini. I forgot to mention the designer is Gus Caccini, and he's really famous for the spring-loaded tab and for creating integral designs, which is quite odd because he didn't do it on this knife. But like I said, it's no big deal. It would have been cool though to have it as an integral, all one piece, because I do love integral knives. Perfectly centered, dead. There you go. That's a perfectly dead centered piece, man. Beautiful. The price for this knife is anywhere between like $295 to about maybe $325, I'm going to say. You're talking about an all titanium knife. All titanium, so that's one of the main reasons why it would be so expensive. Really want more information on the inlays on this guy. Aluminum, I don't know, aluminum foil. I don't know if that's actually aluminum foil, but it looks pretty. I do like it. They came out with 4 different versions of it. This is one of the 4. There is also a black wash. I think I kind of remember. Yeah, there's a black wash version of this with red carbon fiber inlays. You can check it out on their website. There's a silver gunmetal version with marble carbon fiber. There's this version, the aluminum foil all black stone wash, and then they have their most expensive version of the knife, which is the Damascus version inlays, which is like all silver. And that one's really pretty. That one's like up there, like $425, because you're actually getting Damascus on the inlays there. So if you're into high quality production knives, I mean, I think WEKNIVES is really a good choice to go with. Yeah, most of their knives are gigantic, but for the most part, you know, really, really satisfying. And their knives are made in China. So anyway, there you have it. The WEKNIVES Coral. Check them out. Brand new release from WEKNIVES. If you're looking to get something this size, this is definitely a really nice choice, especially with the spring-loaded tab on it. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. I'll be back again with another video for you. Probably going to be a custom, because I've got like tons of knives I'd like to dig out, whether it's going to be a production or a custom South African knife. I know I need to get back into my South African mode for my next video, otherwise my channel makes no sense. So this is Omar, your South African knife guy, coming at you with the WEKNIVES Coral. Really nice small offering, size-wise, not price-wise, from WEKNIVES. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, my next video. And you guys have a fantastic weekend as the 4th of July finally closes. Thanks so much. And you guys have a great day. It looks better when it's open. So let's do it that way.